I'm sure you watched Deontay Wilder's interview with Brian Custer. I'm going to start off with his comments about Jay Diaz, actually, because he'd mentioned Mark Breland and the spike water. And then a lot of people were like, if you're coming out with these gloves hammering accusations, BT filmed your head trainer, Jay Diaz, in there watching Tyson's hands being wrapped. Why didn't you have a go at him? And he said he had strong words with him or something to that effect. What did you make of that comment from Deontay?
There was so much to take from what was said there. It's difficult to narrow down into one single thing.
What about that thing to Jay Diaz, though, about the hands being wrapped?
Firstly, what I want to say is, and listen, my opinion is my opinion. Whether people want to agree with it or not, I do not care. Yeah? Jay Diaz has been with Deontay Wilder since the first day he stepped in the gym. He is a good coach. Now, people are making all this about the comment of not chucking in the towel. There's so much that you can't round everything up into one thing. And first thing I will say is I have tremendous amounts of respect for the mindset that Deontay Wilder has in that area in terms of I live by the sword, I die by the sword. Whether or not as a coach you want that to happen and whether you have a responsibility to take care of that matter, you have to respect his mindset because he fucking means it. He did not want that towel chucked in. He lives by the sword and he'll rather die by the sword. So you can only respect that because he means it. He genuinely does mean it. He was taking a hiding, but he wanted to take his hiding, and you can only respect that. In terms of the factor that, of course, he carries power. Of course, can he land a shot and change a fight? Of course he can. Was it going to happen? Probably not. But he has that constant belief in himself, mixed with the fact that he, would rather die by the sword, so to speak. Obviously, no one wants that to happen. You can only respect that, okay? What I didn't like was the fact that he said, they work for me, okay? Now, I don't like that mindset because it's a difficult situation because, yes, the boxer employs the coach, but who's the boss? Who is the boss?
Isn't that the fighter, though, Ben? The boss?
Is he, though? Because if the fighter does what the fighter wants to do, who's steering him? Who's looking after him? Who's making sure he goes in the right direction? And this is moved on to my next point here, where the problem that I often find is they're not fighters, they're superstars, yeah? These guys. When they get to that point, people go, he's changed. Often what happens is it's not the actual person changes, the people around them that change. I'm not saying this is Jay Diaz, and I've got a lot of respect for Jay Diaz. As I've just said there, I think he's a good coach. The people around him change, which then forces that person to change. If you're constantly being told something, gradually you probably start to believe it. So if there are people around Deontay Wilder saying these things, this is the case, you got cheated, blah, blah, blah. Eventually he probably starts to believe that. Now, is there someone that can say, listen, the truth is, this is my opinion, boom, 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 and for him to sit back and go, maybe that person's right, maybe that person's telling me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. Very difficult situation, but seen it so many times. That's another point. In terms of the gloves, okay, now, I've got a brand new, for people that want to sling, this is just to shut a few people up. People that want to sling accusations and bullshit. This, as you can see by the laces, is a brand new set of Everlast MX, yeah? Brand new set. Can you tell that by that?
I can, yeah.
Clean as a whistle, yeah? Never been worn. Now, I'm just going to put this glove and hang it up. Oh, the wrist is a little bit
floppy
in that glove, okay? That's a brand new glove. Now, if you want to purchase an Everlast MX glove and hold the glove up, you'll see it has a bit of a floppy wrist, okay? Can you see that? Yeah? So there's also a fight in terms of, I think the specific fight, where there's a couple of screenshots of it, actually on YouTube, of Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith, who also opens the glove with a throwaway hook is what it's called, where it's a passive hook. You look here, I hit you here type of thing, yeah? And the glove is the same thing, where the glove opens up the same as what Tyson's doing now, okay? There was nothing inside of the gloves. Nevada Commission is there. Deontay Wilder's trainer is there. That just isn't the case, okay? Now, my belief on the fight is this, and I had this conversation with Tyson before what happened, that Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, had planned to start slow in that second fight. He had planned to take his time, thinking that Tyson was going to box, go on the back foot, and take his time. Deontay Wilder was going to try and start slow, lull Tyson into a false sense of security, and then try and land the shot. And if you look back at when he's reviewing the first fight, he often talks about, I was overshooting my shots, is his words. Thinking that, trying too hard, basically, forcing it. Tyson's reply to when I said this was, Sun Tzu, Art of War. If he wants to start slow, I'm going to start fast. My reply, and I have all of these texts, because I think a good, hard, fast start will work well. That's exactly what happened in that second fight. Wilder did not expect a hard, fast start. Tyson started fast and hard. Wilder got caught. And it just sort of set the pattern for the fight, and he couldn't find himself. It happens. The old saying of he got caught cold. Now, he didn't get caught cold and get knocked out. No. But he got caught cold and couldn't really recover.